Studying abroad is not only traveling, it is also living in another country. It is being a student in another country, which is a completely different experience. While you have that opportunity of going abroad as a student and getting to live in another country as a student, I would highly recommend you do so.
My advice would be to go. If you're thinking about it, definitely go. It's been the best semester while at Rollins for me. So I think going, you get to learn a lot about yourself. I got to go to multiple different South American countries with a group of friends that I made. That sounds kind of cliche, but it's definitely friends for life.
I think every student should go abroad. It was one of my favorite experiences at Rollins. It really helps you grow as a student and just as a human in general, because for most of us, for the first time experiencing the world outside of what is comfortable for us.
The experience just truly blew me away. I learned so much about the world around me and myself, and it was really an awesome experience just immersing myself in another culture. So definitely keep an open mind, and you never know what will happen.
One of the best experiences of studying abroad was learning a new language. I actually got to study a lot of Arabic just because I wanted to communicate with locals in a better way. You also get experience in the field of your interest outside of the United States, learning another perspective on different issues that you might be studying.
The easiest and most productive way to learn and grow within yourself is to communicate and converse with people that are really different than you. And a really good way to do that is to just immerse yourself in a culture that is so different from your own.
Being a biology major, I was able to connect my study abroad experience with my major. I took this class called Australian Wildlife Biology. So every week we would go to the zoo so that we could see the animals in person. And then in the lab we would dissect animals that are native to Australia. So in that way you were getting both like the science aspect and more of the cultural aspect.
I major in anthropology, and then I have 2 minors in Spanish and Latin American Caribbean studies, so it's kind of like the perfect place for what I'm studying. I think definitely being able to study and travel at the same time is my favorite part.
Like for a couple of classes that I took over there, I was actually able to realize what I wanted to do after graduation. I discovered what my passion was and what I wanted to study in graduate school.
Regarding staying on track to graduate, most of the classes come back as core classes. For example, with me in anthropology they did. So just having those conversations very early on really helped me understand that I was going to be able to graduate on track and that all my finances were going to be fine.
I am a double major in studio art and critical media and cultural studies. And I was able to find a course that counted for both majors while I was abroad. You will definitely be on track to graduate.
I think students should study abroad because Rollins makes it really, really accessible, and it's just such an easy experience to kind of do. And I think that that's really unique to our school. You just learn so many things that you necessarily wouldn't learn here on campus.
So I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to graduate in time or have the finances until I came to the Office of International Programs, and they explained how study abroad works at Rollins. So I have a scholarship to go here, and that scholarship transfers directly for 1 semester studying abroad, and so I do not have to pay any different than I would for Rollins. The Office of International Programs also have a lot of scholarships that can help offset some of the costs for traveling and airfare, which was really nice.
Being a student who has 1 or more part-time jobs while on campus, my biggest concern I think was going to be the cost. A lot of countries that you can study abroad in might have a lower cost of living than you would have here in the US. For example, I studied abroad for summer in Morocco, and the cost of living there is much lower than it is here in the US.
I think business majors should study abroad because it's definitely a great experience.
One thing business majors should seek to gain while studying abroad is the experience working for a global company. The economy in the UK is very different than America, so people have different mindsets and they have different viewpoints on what helps a business run and what makes a business successful. For me, that was a big thing that I got to really see firsthand while working and interning in London. A lot of companies are international and a lot of companies are high performing because of this. Most companies have demographics and target segments that are beyond America. So I think it's great to kind of see this and what that looks like and be able to understand deeper. I think as college students, studying abroad can be kind of scary, and I think it's a thing where you might overthink or you might only want to go for a short amount of time. But I would really encourage everyone to go for the full semester if they can.
If you're thinking about it, I can't emphasize enough, like going.
I would recommend this program and just studying abroad in general to literally everyone.
My best advice would be to take all the opportunities while you're there.
My one advice to any single person that wants to study abroad is to head to the Office of International Programs as early as possible.
Go for it with your study abroad experience because you're going to gain a lot from it no matter what it is.
The rewards that come with it and the satisfaction that you will feel after you do it is something that I honestly haven't found in anything else.